Hello and welcome to No Qualifications Needed. My name is Andrew Nichols.
I'm Tallmans.
And we're getting more and more professional as the weeks go on. To our last recording session, we added an opening and an outro song, and you know, first podcast was a train wreck. Let's be honest here. We didn't have an intro. We didn't even have a name for the podcast. This time around, we have drops. We have a button. All right. We have one singular drop, but it's still a drop nonetheless.
You can't see it, but we're dancing.
Audio medium, but we are dancing right now. Not only did we add the button, but we added 4 glasses of water, because if you the heads out there who listen to all the way through with intense detail.
The foreheads?
Yeah, the foreheads.
The foreheads out
That's
there.
what we'll call the intense listeners to the show. We'll note that at one point in every episode so far, one of us has just gone on this really long ramble, and it just with silence coming back to them. And that's because the other one had to go and fill up water, because we drink a heck of a lot of water, because saliva is being used as we speak. And it's just really important to have...
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
No Qualifications Needed is officially international.
This is true. I was looking at the YouTube analytics, the weekly YouTube analytics portion of the show right here. I was listening. It's a segment now, because this is the second time I brought it up. I was looking at the YouTube analytics of the show, of the World Cup episode, and we had a UK listener. And not just any UK listener, we had one singular one who listened to the entire 31 minutes of the podcast.
He doesn't know us.
We don't know if it's he.
Or she.
Yeah.
It doesn't know us.
We don't know it. It doesn't know us. But somehow, some sentient being got to a computer in the United Kingdom and listened to the whole podcast.
Now, do you think he was listening to it and saying, hey, these two Yankees have some pretty good opinions?
Yankees, they got right in a bit opinion on football, don't they?
Or were they just laughing?
I think it was pure, like, I think, like, the first 10 minutes was pure shock at how stupid our opinions were.
Fair enough.
And then, like, the next 5 minutes was kind of, like, chuckling laughter, and then the last bit was all crying. And just tears slowly rolling down his face. Not a sobbing way, just in silent shit.
Speaking of predictions, Netherlands.
Yeah, you were right on that. Speaking of predictions, how's your Heat in 6 looking?
Like Spurs in 5.
Yeah, yeah, damn right. Anyway, we're not here to talk about sports.
We're not here to talk about
sports. This is the
sports.
not sports episode of the No Qualifications Needed podcast.
Abby, you're welcome.
Because
Kelly, you're welcome.
Abby DeCrenza,
Ema, you're welcome.
requested a non-sports episode, and we're delivering. The title of this effing podcast will be called Not Sports. Not Sports with Brian Gumbel. No, that's not right. That's not right.
That's not right. HBO will pick that up.
Maybe they will. You don't know. HBO ran a show called Hung that was about a male prostitute. They don't run anything.
I'm more surprised about True Blood.
True Blood, yeah.
They chose True Blood over Mad Men.
You ever? Yeah. How's that working out for you?
Choice.
How's that working out for HBO? I mean, like, well, you look at True Blood. If you've ever like, I implore you, foreheads out there, to watch an episode all the way through of True Blood. My mom used to be into it in like the first and second seasons. If you watch like a random episode and there's just so much shit going on that just makes no sense. People are exploding and like vampires are doing it, and I don't know what the hell's going on half the time. It's kind of incredible.
I heard very excellently someone provided, how would you explain True Blood? And they said a really bad acid trip, where you can't explain shit, it just happens, and, you're just there.
I kind of feel the same way about the Japanese anime Bleach. You ever, you just gave me an incredulous look, but hear me out on this one. Like, I'd come home from, like, parties my senior year. I'd come home at 2 in the morning, Adult Swim was showing Bleach. Like, you come home and just there are talking dogs and just people are flying out of midair. It's like Dragon Ball Z on crack. And it's just kind of amazing because I was kind of drunk and kind of tired and just didn't know what the hell was going on in my life. But there were all these flashing colors and it was amazing.
Can I just say I have that same thing with Powerpuff Girls?
A little bit. Well, yeah, but you were 6, so it was
No. I was a freshman in college. I came back. It was maybe 3 in the morning, and I was just wonder how Powerpuff Girls is under a different state of mind. Quite excellent.
Yeah.
I love that Buttercup.
Oh, I'm a Blossom fan myself.
You're a Blossom?
I'm a Blossom fan myself.
I can tell.
Yeah, no, I'm a Blossom man myself. We dance every time, and yet they can't see us dance any time that the turn down for what button is pressed.
We don't dance for them. We dance for
the heads that can imagine us dancing. Oh, man. Oh, God. In case you can't tell, we came in without a plan to this one. We planned nothing. The only thing we kind of discussed was playing one of our favorite games, which is overrated, underrated, properly rated, in which we think of a person, a political figure, a celebrity.
An idea,
a sports team, but we're not going to do that. Not sports. We think of one of those, and we say, are they overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
This is a game that we played about 2 days before I think I went to college.
Yeah, and we played it with our friends.
Yeah.
We played it with human beings that we know. We're not going to give away any of the results on this podcast. That'd be mean. But, we played it with human beings. We are heartless. We played it with people we know. Can you imagine how we'd be with people we have no affiliation with? We'd just seen them on TV.
Sometimes I just think I'm truly terrible.
Yeah. And then I listened to our World Cup episode and I'm like, we're funny. We're good at this. We're great.
Yeah, I
World Cup episode by far the most popular one so far.
Well, it had to be. Your pronunciation of
football. Best part of the pod. That and me calling the lovely people from the nation of Japan hobbits.
Oh, can I just say that Japan, Ivory Coast, I know we said no sports, but I am surprised about some of the comments I made during that game.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They don't need to be repeated.
No, they will not.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
But what a fun game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Japan looked so cute out there.
Shut up.
They tried.
Shut up with my Japan team. Anyway, so do you want to play overrated, underrated, properly rated?
Let's go.
Okay, who do you want to start with?
I was thinking we start with the infamous Miley Cyrus.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
This is a fun one. This is a fun one to start it off with. So, first of all, what do you think? Overrated, underrated, properly rated?
Underrated.
Underrated. I say properly rated. And here's why.
Go on.
I think as an artist, she's as a musical artist, she's pretty overrated. To me personally, Party in the USA is a banger. I don't care what anyone says. That is the ultimate summer jam song. Call Me Maybe and Teenage Dream combined, mixed with a little bit of down-home countryness. Yesterday when I was watching the U.S. play Ghana, my good friend Chuck Lapolis tweeted out, and I agreed with this wholeheartedly, that Clint Dempsey is America. Well, then Party in the USA is like Alaska and Hawaii plus America. It's everything. It is America, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, whatever other territories the United States has. That is that song. I love that song. It's a great song. It's poppy as hell. It's kind of trashy. I don't claim it as high art, but it's great. And so anyway, I think that song's good. The rest of her songs are crap. And so, so you obviously as a musical artist, I think she's overrated. As a woman doing the I don't give a shit about what anyone thinks of me, I'm gonna, dress in however I want and say I had sex with whoever I want. In that way, as a feminist sex icon, I kind of think she's underrated because she's pushing a cause that I agree with wholeheartedly in feminism forward, and I don't think she gets enough. She don't get enough dap for that. She don't get enough.
She
dap
needs a
for that.
crisp dap.
She does need a crisp dap from that. She could go to any one of the number of people who are in her music videos, dressed as giant teddy bears. They know how to give some crisp daps. I imagine if they're dancing with Molly, as they said in the song.
La da dee da dee.
buttons night. Anyway, so now, please state why you think Miley Cyrus is underrated.
Okay, so I'm going to touch on her music briefly. I wholeheartedly agree with Party in the USA is just the shit. It is, you can find some people who don't like this song, but they also don't like fun. They don't like happiness, and they don't like America.
You know, I think that if the Star Spangled Banner were not the greatest musical composition on the face of the earth, I would lobby for Party in the USA to be the national anthem. However, the Star Spangled Banner is the greatest musical composition that humankind has ever created.
So this conversation is not worth repeating.
By the way, I love that on this podcast I am taking the corner of American nationalist. Because on the World Cup I declared that the U.S. would win the World Cup. And on this podcast I am claiming that the Star Spangled Banner is the greatest musical composition ever. Go America. Go America. Anyway, continue. Sorry I interrupted.
So, I think Miley Cyrus can write a song. And she can write very good poppy songs. And they're repetitive. And it's no worse and no better than the other shit on the radio. Honestly, I can listen to We Can't Stop, Turn It Up, Feel Ridiculous, Dancing, Turn Up.
I can't stand that song.
See, that's fine if you can't stand that song. I'm completely okay with that. I just think this...
I would like them to stop.
You would like them to stop.
I would like them to stop.
But this is our party. We can do what we want.
Tall, if you start singing
this is
song,
our party. We can say what we want.
I'm going to hit you.
This is our podcast. We can love who we want. We can kiss who we want. And we can screw who we want.
Are you going to try to kiss me?
Red cups, money bodies everywhere. So Miley Cyrus, in terms of her music, I can't really be a critic of it because music is something that I feel is very hard to judge. It's very subjective.
It's subjective. That's why I think it's crap. But that's my own opinion.
I have no problem. It's whatever, I can totally see why people love it and whatever it is. In terms of what she has done and what she has accomplished and the fact that we the backlash that came from her VMA performance, I found it just funny. Like, here we are just obsessing about a 22-year-old for, being half naked on stage. Like, why is this news? And you know what? I firmly believe that when you're out in the world or whatever you do, you present this image and you're your own brand. And she has branded herself into one of the most successful and talked about people still. And I think the way she's gone about that in terms of saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I want. It's
her party. She can do what she wants.
Yeah. I honestly just do feel that, like, one, Miley Cyrus is a genius in that she has people talking about her. Why the fuck should we talk about Miley Cyrus? We're spending a podcast talking about it, and this is what she has done.
And our podcast is the cutting edge of what is American pop culture. So, if we're spending a minute on her, then, listen, this pod, she's going to get the no qualifications needed bump. Everyone talks about the Colbert bump. Nah, man, the no qualifications needed bump.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. The Google searches for Miley Cyrus are going to go just through the roof.
Google Miley Cyrus and we're...
Google Miley Cyrus no qualifications needed #TDF4W turned down for what?
We're trending.
We are trending. By the end of this pod, we're going to get it trending on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'm tweeting it out right now.
Ooh, live tweet.
We're, quote, you're listening to me type a tweet right now, America. How does that feel? We are recording right now.
This is the point where you're aware that you're wasting your time.
Us your questions, please. PLZ. Anyway, that button's the greatest thing ever invented. It's also the worst thing for our listeners because we're gonna abuse the hell.
May I also say, I think the internet is totally worth it just for that button.
The internet, look, Al Gore, I'm so happy that you invented the internet a while ago. I know he didn't invent it, but he set up the thing. You were laughing at me.
Yeah.
He set up the thing that made the internet possible.
No.
I credit Al Gore with inventing the internet.
Yeah. I also blame Al Gore for global climate change.
No, that's not how that works.
No, you don't. I blame the messenger. And that's me.
You blame the messenger.
I blame the messenger. I never liked that.
So if OxyClean didn't get a stain out of your shirt, then you blamed Billy Mays for it. Not Willie Mays. Willie Mays was off playing baseball.
Hey, you know what? If you're endorsing this product and if you're saying it, I felt like,
So if you get a blister,
there's no such thing as bad publicity. And Al Gore,
which is why right now I'm going to declare it. I'm going to say it right now on this show. Will Ferrell can suck a bag of dicks. I'm saying it now because this podcast, this is going to be global news when people find out Andrew Nichols said Will Ferrell, and you can quote me on it, said Will Ferrell could eat a bag of dicks, suck a bag of dicks, because we are going to get publicity from this. It's going to be plastered all over the front pages.
Now, is there any,
You couldn't see that, but Tall was leaning back in his chair and almost fell over, which would have been the greatest visual moment on an audio podcast ever. Would have been the best thing ever.
So why should Will Ferrell have to suck the male reproductive organ?
I have no reason for it.
None.
Other than publicity.
How'd you like Anchorman 2?
It was good. It was good. My friends smoked for it. I don't smoke weed. I drove that evening. So
always have a designated driver.
Yes. Here we go. Being responsible.
Except for the DD.
Yes, except for the DD. TD4W EFDD. Turn down for what except for the DD. But at any rate, I loved Anchorman 2. I thought it was really funny. It lagged a little bit. It was a little too long. The whole part where they're at the beach house with the shark, that was really weird. It didn't work for me. But the rest of the film, I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny. The part where they're in Central Park and everyone who's everyone, Kanye, Liam Neeson, everyone showed up at that point. General Stonewall Jackson was there, the ghost of General Stonewall Jackson.
Which we need to talk about more.
Yeah. Underrated moment in history, General Stonewall Jackson. Underrated moment in pop culture, Anchorman 2 referencing the ghost of Stonewall Jackson. Because that is a highbrow joke if I ever did see one. And I don't think it was ever, hey, Mary's in the kitchen. My sister Mary just walked in. Professional atmosphere. Yeah, Mary, say hello to the people. I don't think that picked up on the microphone. Come closer and say hello.
Hello.
So, what are your thoughts on Anchorman 2? Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
I didn't see the first one, so I don't really know how to compare.
Yeah, but did you think Anchorman 2 was funny?
Yes.
Yeah, you thought Anchorman 2 was funny?
At point.
You can't appreciate this, listeners, but Mary is wearing a shirt that says, keep calm and swag on. And
with the shutter shades.
Yeah, and I have never been more proud of my friend's sister
wears
before.
This music video for Stronger. Yeah. And this is my 13-year-old sister, Mary Hannah Nichols, making an appearance on the pod while eating a ginger snap.
Chocolate chip.
What?
Chocolate chip.
A chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Chocolate chip cookie. All right. Thank you, Mary. Be off now.
You're welcome.
Be off. Professional atmosphere. Anyway.
Those who are still listening, because usually we lose our listeners around the 4-minute mark.
Except for the UK listeners. They're our favorite listeners.
They are our favorite listeners.
We have one.
We appreciate...
Who accounts for 4% of the viewership. One viewer who accounts for 4% of the viewership, but watched it for longer than anyone we know except for Marco Spodek.
Shout out to Marco Spodek.
Shouts out to you, man. You listened to the whole thing and texted us live reactions to it. Oh, man. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say right now. That was the worst thing ever. I'm so sorry. This podcast is terrible. Anything else you want to talk about?
So
So did we ever make we ever determine whether Miley Cyrus is overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
I still think she's underrated because on the fact that we're even talking about her, that all,
I'm gonna agree. As an icon, she's a little bit underrated.
Yeah, I think what she's doing now is just, I think it's just cool to watch. Like it's just, and Craig Ferguson, who is a late night comedian,
Late night.
late night, and of course white like every other late night host ever. But he said something very well. Everyone in their monologues talking about it, and Craig he decided to say, you know what? He made a few jokes and then very smartly said, but who am I to judge what a 22-year-old is doing? And I think that's a smart point, and that's when we can look at ourselves. Like, why are we so obsessed with Miley Cyrus?
I would agree. We have a question from our Twitter account. Michael Graziano asked, is Clint Dempsey America? We already addressed that, but yes, he is. Clint Dempsey is America.
Thank you for your question, Michael Graziano.
Thank you for your question. Yeah, that's all we have from the Twitter account. Something we already addressed in the podcast.
This is going great.
This is going great. Clint Dempsey is America, and Party in the USA is America and all its territories. That's our determination.
Is there anything else that we need to cover?
So far. Michael Graziano asked, LeBron to New York or KD to New York? Neither.
Can you tell Graz to wake up and stop, smoking that crack pipe, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, moreover, this is the Not Sports episode, and all of us, everyone is sending sports questions. Louis Lapolis asked, who will the USA play in the finals? They will play no one, because they will be so scared that they will not show up to the Americana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro.
Klinsmann coached them well.
Klinsmann coached them well, and Klinsmann will scare the pants off of anyone who tries to even, think about challenging this USA team. I know Josie Altidore is injured, but hell, we have some deer antler spray, right? We could spray that on him.
Call Ray Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
He has some extra.
Yeah.
But this is not sports.
This is not sports. Let's see. So who else do we want to play overrated, underrated, properly rated with? Who else? Or what else? Any movies? Any
Godfather.
songs?
Let's do
Godfather properly rated.
Overrated. It's not even Godfather is not even the best movie of that decade.
What would you say is? Ooh.
That's a good question.
The silence is deafening, Tall.
So, probably The Deer Hunter.
Look, I love Deer Hunter. I like Godfather a little more. I guess, yeah, no. I should have said overrated, because if anything receives the hype of being so universally called like the best movie ever,
yeah,
there's no way for it to live up to that. I think you see that a lot in video games with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Everyone calls it the best game ever. When in reality, it's a very good game. It was revolutionary at the time, but if you play it now, it's not that great.
And to go back to the Godfather, I think Godfather Part 2 is better than the original.
I disagree, but
that's to each their own. I love the juxtaposition that they have between.
I think Godfather.
Young.
Yes, I agree that the De Niro parts in Godfather Part 2 are amazing. I think that one of the biggest what ifs ever is they were looking to cast De Niro as Michael Corleone in Godfather Part 1, and he turned down the part. Can you imagine if De Niro had been Michael Corleone for all three movies, but we don't count the third one.
No one should count the third one.
Don't count the third one. Sofia Coppola was her acting career less than stellar. We could say that. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We can say. I'm glad we can.
I think we could definitively say Sofia Coppola directing career greater than Sign acting career.
Which is not saying much.
It's not saying much
about her directing career.
I like her directing career. Lost in Translation's good.
I think that I still need to see the Bling Ring.
I do too. I haven't seen Bling Ring.
Because I love Emma Watson.
Who don't? 10 points for Gryffindor.
We just knuckle touched.
We just knuckle touched in an audio medium. Yeah, I need to see Bling Ring, but I love Lost in Translation. I think it's great.
Well, I just love Bill Murray.
Bill Murray in general wins at life.
I agree.
My friend Marco Da Silva told me a story about how one time at Sleepy Hollow Country Club, he wanted to play on a chipping part of practice chipping on a part of the chipping range, and the guy who was running it didn't let him. So Bill Murray then took a bunch of golf balls and started going windmill style with a golf club and just whacking them all over the course. That's emblematic of why Bill Murray is Jimmy Buffett mixed with Rob Ford. I think that's good to say.
Wow, that's a great combination.
Mixed with a little bit of I guess with a little bit of Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd thrown in for good measure. A dash and a skosh.
Just a pinch.
A dash, a pinch, and a skosh.
I think that's very well put.
Yeah.
For those following, that is one Bill Murray rant.
Yeah, that's one.
That's one.
We have more questions. Oh my God, we have so many questions. Oh my God. Holy crap. Okay, Nick Salucci asks, what did you think about the U.S. Open? I don't think about the U.S. Open. Martin Keimer won. Yip-de-doo.
Who? That's what I have to say about that.
Not Phil and not Tiger. Michael Graziano said, better player, Bale or Ronaldo? Ronaldo, please. Michael Graziano asks, what will the name of Kanye and Kim's next baby be? I don't think they're having a next baby because Kanye's already said North gets way too much, like, he hates the paparazzi around it already. Louis Lapola said, when will Lindsay Lohan get arrested next? I'd give it about 3 to 5 weeks. Charles Lapola
That's a good over-under.
That's a good 5 weeks is the over-under mark. I'd say over, but not by much.
I would say over, too. I agree with that.
Chuck Lapola said, what are the chances the virgin Kanye impregnates himself to give birth to Christ Jesus if he ever gets the opportunity? Okay, let me see if I understand that question correctly. What are the chances Kanye impregnates a virgin himself to give birth to Christ Jesus if he ever gets the opportunity? I mean, have you seen Kim Kardashian? You lock that down. You lock that down if you got it, right? Right? Don't go silent on me, Ted. Maybe not in 20 years. In 20 years, I could see it happening. But until they divorce or break up, I don't see it happening.
I mean, yeah, I love having...
You're going Jewish on me.
Who watches the E! Network to start with, okay? She's an E-reality star. She's
an E-reality star who's making... Here, hang on. Can I just look something up for you?
Yeah. And can I just say, Kanye West called this perfectly. He once said...
By the way, I just Googled Kim net worth and immediately Kim Kardashian's net worth came up. Wow. $155 million.
So that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you lock that. I mean, but that's a very, financially smart decision.
Next question from the live tweet. Michael Graziano asks, better movie, Toy Story or Monsters, Inc.?
Toy Story.
And it's not even close.
How could you ask that?
Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3 are all better than Monsters, Inc.
I would say Toy Story 1 and 3. Toy Story 2, I need to rewatch it, but
I like Toy Story 2. Monsters, Inc. is good, but come on now. You just asked me which is a better movie, Predator or Godfather Part 2. That's what you just asked, Michael.
And can we just say, Michael, we notice how much time you have to tweet this. It's a little bit concerning.
Markel Jones Francis asks, would I look good with Kendrick Lamar's haircut?
Markel, you will look good in anything.
Yeah, really. Markel is just a beautiful human being who gives out the crispest daps I've ever felt.
Which, may I just say, would be a great fantasy football name, Markel.
My goal in life is to get Markel to name his fantasy team the Crisp Daps.
What a great goal.
It's a great goal in life. It's my only goal in life, really.
Your life might peak very soon.
I can make a new goal. Michael Graziano asks, hottest Lohan in which movie? Mean Girls or Herbie Fully Loaded? Not enough people... I think that's a good question, actually.
Not enough people saw Herbie Fully
Not
Loaded.
enough people have seen Herbie Fully Loaded, but I'm going to give the edge to Herbie Fully Loaded because look, I don't like to objectify women. Let me just say that outright. But good God, those breasticles in Herbie Fully Loaded are like at like a whole different level. She is, look, Mean Girls is her best acting performance, and Herbie Fully Loaded is her best boob performance. By far. Lohan was hottest at Herbie Fully Loaded. She peaked in Mean Girls as a full package actress, and then we lost her forever, which is really, she is the Derek Coleman of her generation of actors, a talent that should have been a lot better than he was. She's the Vince Carter of her generation.
Oh, well, that's I'm pouring one out for Lindsay Lohan. You can't see, but
He poured it into the glass, though. Don't worry. He didn't mess up my mom's
no.
beautiful tablecloth.
Never.
Yeah.
I know better.
And that's all we have so far in Twitter. I'll see. Oh no, hang on. We have more. Nick Salucci asks, "Who is better, Mary-Kate or Ashley?"
Can I say neither, and that their younger sister is...
They have a younger sister.
Yeah. What did I just see?
Whoa! You just took. That's like taking Jamie Lynn Spears over Britney.
Which I will still do.
Oh no! Toxic is the jam. Come
Toxic.
on now.
Okay, you're right. I can't go against
Toxic is the jam. Yeah, no, so please give me a reasoning for taking the younger sister over Mary-Kate and Ashley.
that. In terms of like, I think she...
Cooper Manning.
No. Have you... I forgot what I just saw her in, but I remember thinking she was very good. And I never left a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie thinking that, so...
Elizabeth Ose. Oh, she was in Godzilla.
Yeah, I thought she was good in Godzilla.
No, you know what? Elizabeth Olsen.
Like I said, I remember seeing her in... Godzilla was god-awful, by the way.
What?
Oh!
Godzilla was great.
Oh, God, no. Oh, what a dumb movie. No one's going into Godzilla expecting brilliance, but
That's what I'm saying. What do you mean?
That was too
What a
stupid.
stupid movie. Come on. It's a giant lizard coming out. The concept is a giant lizard coming out of the ocean to fight other giant bugs.
Listen, I was expecting so little going into it that I left even more disappointed. I didn't think that was possible, but Godzilla proved me wrong.
Oh my God, Godzilla was great.
Visually, kind of pleasing to look at.
Visually, it was amazing. Tyler Hansborough was the star of the film. And Tyler Hansborough saved the entire western seaboard. And come on now, how do you not like Godzilla? You go in, you shut your brain off, you watch the lizard beat up the bugs.
My brain was just, this is too much. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle that stupidity.
Come on. Next you're going to tell me that you didn't like Pacific Rim.
That was a nice movie to watch.
Okay, thank you.
That was a
Godzilla was Pacific Rim except without the stupid robots.
Oh, no, Godzilla was
Godzilla
like
was
Pacific
Pacific
Rim
Rim
minus 100 IQ. Like
what?
Oh my God.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
That's not humanly possible. Okay, here's the thing. I'll take Pacific Rim over Godzilla.
Who wouldn't?
Well, okay.
If you ever watch a movie, of course you're choosing Pacific Rim.
Hey, shut up. Godzilla was good. B, I'll take Pacific Rim over Godzilla because it had Idris Elba in it. And Idris Elba is my boy ever since he was Stringer Bell on The Wire, which is the best TV show ever made.
If you are listening to this podcast, finish it and then watch The Wire.
All 5 seasons of it.
Apparently,
We just
have
got a
another
question
Twitter.
from Markel Jones Francis. How Keefs could Chief Keef if Chief Keef could Chief Keef? How many Keefs could Chief Keef Keef if Chief Keef could Chief Keef?
I'm going to say a lot.
I would agree. I would agree that I think Chief Keef could Keef all the Keefs of Chief Keef could Chief if a Chief Keef could Chief Keef.
Can I just say listening to a Chief Keef interview will make anyone's day?
How many times can we say Chief Keef on this podcast? Chief Keef, Chief Keef. Say Chief Keef 3 times fast.
I know me. I can't say it once.
By the way, Chief Keef, real name Keith Cozart.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's the only new question we have from Twitter at the moment.
Well, thank you, Markel, for the question.
That was a brilliant question. The best question we've gotten so far. Yeah, I don't think that's a debate. Okay, new debate. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. That question that Markel just asked.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with underrated.
I will go with properly rated because who is listening to that and saying, okay, this is not the greatest question ever?
Touche.
Thank
Touche,
you.
Tom.
Thank you.
All right, hang on. It looks like we might have a new question. No, we don't have a new. Okay. Olivia Shaw asks, "Whatever happened to Adele?"
We have no
Here's the
qualifications to answer that.
Look. We don't have no qualifications to answer any of these questions. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think Adele right now is new theory alert. New theory with no basis for it whatsoever, other than her absence. What? Okay. Other than Adele's absence, I'm gonna say that Adele right now is couple things. A, she probably just got a boyfriend, and she has no material without breaking up with a boyfriend.
Doesn't she have a kid?
Does she?
I feel like
Is
she has
married?
a kid.
I might be totally off on this. Anyway, I think right now Adele is in the bunker because 21 was like a transcendent album that like I think everyone can agree like, damn, that girl can sing, damn, that girl can write. Let's just like appreciate this. Everyone give all the Grammys to her. Let's go home. I think that she's
may I
trying
just say, quick thing, Grammy's most overrated thing ever, possibly.
Yeah, Grammys are really overrated.
Yeah.
Anytime that Kendrick loses to Macklemore, or same, please. We don't even have to go into the reasons why the Grammys are overrated. Tribe Called Quest never nominated. So many other reasons why.
Just travesty.
Travesties all around.
Please continue with your Adele theory.
Adele right now I think is in the bunker trying to one-up herself. Because I think everyone loved 21. I think right now she's like trying to drop the most fire album ever. She's just trying to destroy all of the music that has come before and that will come after.
Are you guessing that Adele is pulling a secret Beyonce and is putting this album together, hush hush, and we'll just drop it on the world and watch it explode?
I think Adele takes after the greatest fake American icon ever, Chip Skylark, and the album will drop on July 24th. You heard it here first. The album will drop on July 24th. And we're going to do a live pod on there. And we're going to take all your questions about how I knew this. And no, I am not affiliated with the record company. And no, I am not. I'm not seeing Adele in that way.
You're not going out with Adele.
I'm not going out with
So
Adele.
you're not that boyfriend that she's going to write a love song about.
Look, it's too much of a risk. I can't date her and I can't date Taylor Swift because I will get flamed. I will get flamed no matter what.
They'll reference your last name in a song. You threw nickels and dimes and broke my heart.
If they do that, I can sue. So if they do that, we're good.
Not the Jew.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an American citizen. Lawsuits are in our DNA.
My bad.
That's not a Jewish
I forgot
thing.
Mr. Nationalism.
That's an American thing.
That's an America.
Olivia Shaw asks, how do we feel about the Oprah chai tea? I don't know what that is.
Is that like one of
Is it a
Oprah's
tea
favorite
brand?
things?
Or is Oprah like hosting a show now called The Chai Tea?
I'm speechless. Going back to your Adele theory, I wanted to say something. I thought Bruno Mars was kidnapped at one point. I had no reason to believe this. I just didn't hear about him for a while.
I still think B.O.B. has been kidnapped. Where'd that guy
B.O.B.,
go?
if you're listening, we're here for you.
Of course B.O.B.'s listening. Why would B.O.B. not listen?
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I don't know where Adele is. I'm sorry, Olivia Shaw, we can't answer. All we know is when she comes back on July 24th, she will drop fire. We have no more questions. We're done on Twitter for right now.
Any closing remarks, Nichols?
Do you want to close right now? We're at the 40th minute mark. We're going strong.
We're going strong?
We're going. Do you wanna close?
I mean, are we realistically expecting people to listen to more than 40 minutes of this?
Hell yes, because they've asked questions. They think they're participating right now. They are participating, but they're like, oh, I'm gonna listen now because I gotta hear my question.
Let's keep going.
You know, we're not receiving any new questions, though. So if you want to close, I think that would be a good time.
I think that was a good time.
Okay. So do you have anything to close on right now?
Just those. Thank you very much for submitting your thoughtful, thought-provoking questions. You know, we really appreciate it here at No Qualifications Needed. I have no water left, so that is part of the reason.
I think that's the main reason, really. I still have half a glass.
Which I am stunned by.
Somehow I made it through 40 minutes without,
Kudos to Nichols.
Mm-hmm. I just the greatest.
I would just like to think, I think if there's anything good to take from this podcast, it's that the turn down for what button is a huge success.
And with that, we leave you.
Yeah.